watch me. I'm gonna approach another roundabout now. On this roundabout, I'll be taking the third exit. So I'll be on the right lane. I'll enter the roundabout from the right lane. I'll still signal right. This is the first exit. This is the second exit. And I'll signal left to come off on the third exit. In September 2024, the Driving and Vehicle Standard Agency, that's the DVSA of the United Kingdom, has come up with the statistics that 52 persons out of 100 persons who took the practical driving tests failed. Yeah, you heard me, 52 persons. That's about above average. So what that indicates is that there is a high failing rate of the driving test here in the UK. So how do you scale through this? You want to scale through this by following set rules. There are rules and standards set by the Driving and Vehicle Standard Agency of the UK, of which you must apply these rules during your practical tests. So in this video, I have carefully documented and outlined those rules in what I call the 15 hacks to passing your practical driving test in the United Kingdom. And you'll be surprised, number 15 will shock you. So you want to watch this video from the beginning right to the end so you can understand these principles and how you can start implementing them on or before your driving tests. All right. So if you're coming to the channel for the first time, this is Ninja TV. Ninja TV is an information and education blog. So you want to smash the like button so YouTube can keep recommending this video to other learners and viewers out there. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please smash the subscribe button so that you get to know whenever we drop new content on this channel. All right. So if you've got any comments, perspectives, or insights about the driving tests, your overall experiences, what you're currently going through about the driving journey, whatever commentaries, skills, or in fact, if you've got other hacks about passing the driving test, we're interested in hearing your perspective. Please drop them right at the comment section. Having said that, I'll walk you through the 15 hacks to passing your practical driving test here in the United Kingdom. All right, so let's go there. The first one on the list, if you want to pass your driving test, is that you have to put up a positive attitude and mentality. Now, you must understand that the journey begins with having that self-conviction in you that you can pass the test. So on that test date, walk into the center and tell yourself, I can do this. Now, so many persons have passed the test despite the high fail rates. There has also been success stories. So tell yourself, I can do it. I am going to pass the test. So you walk into the exam. So you walk into the center, follow the rules, follow all the rules, the driving rules, the road signals, the traffic signs, and smash it out. All right. So number 2 is you have to be courageous and avoid the nerves. You don't need to stress out. Tell yourself, why should I be nervous? Kill the nerves. You tell yourself, if I fail, I repeat. If I pass, I pass. It's not a dead sentence, right? So you don't have to be under unnecessary pressures, fears, nervousness. It's not necessary. Just go there courageously and smash it. Yeah? And number 3 is observe road and traffic signs, road markings, and all that. You want to go into your driving test, making sure you observe all traffic signs, traffic lights, road markings, and most especially on your driving day, while driving on that test, if you approach a stop sign, it is mandatory and required by law that you stop. So you have to come to a full stop when you approach a stop sign. You're not going to jog or roll the car. You have to come to a full stop. Most times it's advisable when you come to a full stop, you put on your handbrake and be on neutral, because the examiner will be observing you to see if you're going to roll the car or drive slowly at the stop sign. If you drive slowly or you walk or drive through the road sign, the stop sign, without coming to a full stop, I'm afraid you have failed your test. So take note, you observe the stop sign during your driving test. Now, the 4th hack you want to pay attention to is observations. Make sure on your driving test day, keep observing your environment, keep observing the road signs, keep observing your mirrors. Check your center mirror, check your right mirror, check your left mirror, check your blind spots. Blind spots are very important. Your blind spots, don't fail to carry out these observations, because the examiner will carefully be observing you to see if you observe the signs. So when it is time to check your left mirror, you check. Time to check your right mirror, you check. Your center mirror, you check. Your blind spots, you check. Your right blind spot, you keep checking. Just keep checking, keep checking, keep checking. Keep checking the blind spots and the mirrors. Do this with that consciousness, and you're going to pass your test. Yeah. Now, the 6th hack you want to pay attention to during your practical tests is mirror checks. Now, it is a must that during your test or when you're driving, whether test or not, that you pay key attention to mirror checks. There are critical areas the examiner is going to observe you. So on that day, when you're driving, know when to check the left mirror, know when to check the right mirror, know when to check the center mirror, and all that. Understand these things are meant for your safety and the safety of your passenger. So you want to make sure if, for instance, if you want to move off while parked, you check your right mirror, check properly when it is safe to move off. You now signal, check your blind spots, then you move off. Follow these principles and you're going to pass your test. All right? Now, the number 7 hack you want to pay attention to is signaling, knowing when and how to signal during the test. All right? So you want to know when and how to signal during the test. For instance, if you're approaching or entering a roundabout, there is a particular pattern of signaling. You know when and how to signal when approaching a roundabout, when to exit a roundabout, how to signal. For instance, if you are approaching a roundabout and you're going round on the right side of the roundabout, you must signal right to enter the right lane on approaching the roundabout. So you keep signaling right as you enter the roundabout, and when you're about exiting the roundabout, you're expected to signal left to exit the roundabout. I've put together a comprehensive guide on roundabout right here on this channel, or you can check it right up there so that you take a proper lesson on roundabout, because it is a must that you must be tested about your roundabout skills on your driving test dates. So make sure you know when and how to signal. It's very important during your driving test. And the 8th hack you want to pay attention to is speed limits. Now, it is against the law that you drive beyond or above the required speed limit for a particular road or street. For instance, if a road says 30 miles per hour speed, you must drive within that speed. You can drive 28, 29, 30 miles per hour speed, or probably 32 or 31, then you come down to 30. If the road says 40 miles per hour, you can drive 37, 38, 40 miles per hour, or 41 or 42, then come down to 40. Make sure you keep checking your speed limit. Do not form the habit of driving above your speed limit, especially on your test day, because the examiner will carefully be observing your speed. And once you are driving above your speed limit, that could lead to a major fault, and you could fail your test for that. All right? So as you're driving, when you emerge a new road, keep checking the road for the road sign posts. You're going to see them on the road, 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour, depending on the road. So keep checking them. Sometimes you can see it on the ground, on the road. So you keep checking them to make sure you're compliant with the speed limit of that particular road. Now, the ninth hack or rule you want to pay attention to is the rules governing roundabouts. So roundabout has got a rule or rules governing them on how to drive within roundabouts. Okay, so you need to practice roundabouts. I have a comprehensive video check right here on this channel about roundabouts. Now, roundabout has got rules you must follow. What lane are you expected to approach or enter a roundabout? What speed limit or what gear is expected you be on your second gear if you're entering the roundabout right on, assuming there is no oncoming vehicle on the right hand side of the road. Once you approach the roundabout with your second gear, you can move into the roundabout, and you need to know how to signal, when to signal right there on the roundabout. So all that you need to learn and master them, because you must be tested on your ability to maneuver roundabout. So I have a comprehensive video right here on the channel about roundabout. Check it right there, or you can also check it right here, so you picture it and go through it. Yeah. Now, the 10th hack you want to pay attention to during your driving tests is crossroads and junctions. Now, crossroads are very crucial area you want to pay attention to, because it's an area where the examiner would want to see how safe you can drive. For instance, if you're on a crossroads and you're going right on the crossroads, you must understand the rules that govern that position of the road. While you're on the left-hand side of the road, now you must give priority to oncoming vehicles on the cross. You must wait for them to emerge. You must wait for them to come through before you start negotiating right. And you must make sure the traffic line is green, pointing towards that route, that road you want to go into. If the traffic light is not pointing there, you shouldn't go. And you must know how and when to enter a junction box to wait, so that you can carefully move off the crossroads to the road you're going to. So all these, you need to practice them properly, how to enter a junction box while going right on the crossroads. All these, you need to practice them properly so you drive safely. The whole essence of the driving tests is to check how safely you can drive on the road. So you want to drive safely. You want to make sure the examiner is confident that you can drive safely, and you will pass the test. As simple as that. Now, the 11th hack you want to pay attention to on your driving test day is avoid the curbs. You don't want to climb or hit or scratch the curbs. Once you mistakenly do that during your maneuvering or during your parking, you have failed the test. So on that day, the examiner would ask you to pull off on the road while you're driving. He will say pull off. When it is safe, pull off. Now make sure you carefully slow down and check your left mirror before signaling. You check your left mirror, then you signal left, then you carefully park very close to the curb, but do not climb the curb. Do not. And do not block the entrance of any house or any building. If you do that, you have failed. So take note, do not climb the curbs, do not block anyone's entrance. Make sure you're parking where it is safe and legal, and that will be fine. All right? Now, the 12th hack you want to pay attention to is the independent driving aspect of the test. All right? So on that day, the examiner will ask you to pull over on the left-hand side of the road and say, at this point, we're going to commence the 20 minutes independent driving aspect of the test. What that means is that you will be directed with the help of the sat-nav. The examiner will man the sat-nav, and the sat-nav is going to voice out and direct you to a particular destination for 20 minutes. So you're going to follow the sat-nav and drive for 20 minutes. You might be lucky or unfortunate. The examiner will say, for this independent driving aspect of the test, I'm not going to use the sat-nav. Follow through road signs, traffic signs, and drive from where we are now to the next town or city. Yeah, it happened to me during my test. I was asked by the examiner, please, once it is safe, pull over on the left and follow the traffic signs, road markings, and drive down from the town I am to the next town for over 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, so get prepared for it. Ask your instructor to teach you or show you how you can follow road signs, road markings, traffic signs, and drive from your town to the next town for like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, it happened to me during my independent driving test aspect. So be ready for this. Yeah, so get familiar with using the sat-nav. Get familiar with using traffic signs, road signs, markings to drive from your town to the next town or next city. It happened to me, so it can't happen to anyone during the driving test. Now, the 13th hack is that you want to get familiar with the various maneuvers. All right, so on that test date, the examiner will ask you to pull over on the left-hand side of the road or on the right-hand side and do the parallel parking or the right reverse driving test, or you will be asked to do the front bay parking, or you will be asked to do the reverse bay parking. So learn these maneuvers, get familiar with them, because you will be asked, at least one of them will be asked or be required of you to demonstrate on that day. All right. Now, the 15th hack you want to pay attention to for your practical driving tests is show me and tell me questions. Now, the show me and tell me questions are about 14 of them, where the examiner will ask you on your knowledge about the workings, the buttons, the functionality, and the checks of your vehicle. So, for instance, the examiner will say, show me how to check if the brake light of your car is working. So you have to tell him that you will turn on the ignition of the car and drive slowly a bit and apply the brake, and check for reflections on glasses, or ask a friend or a neighbor to check if the brake light is working. The examiner can ask you, please, can you show me how to check that you have enough coolant in your engine? So you explain to him how you can do that by opening the bonnet and showing him the minimum and the maximum aspect of the coolant. The examiner might tell you to explain or show him how you can turn on the rear fog lights, or how to demist your back or front windscreen. So you explain to him how you can do all that right there in your car. So that is why you need to master the car you're using for the test very well. So when they ask you these questions, you will know what to answer. So there are different show me, tell me questions which you should get familiar with. Practice them so you get ready for the test. The final one on the list, the 15th and the final hack you want to pay attention to is that you need extra or more lessons. And I would say, get your car, buy a car, and start using your car for lessons. Why did I say that? I say that because you remember in this video earlier, I advised that you get an instructor and book lessons, driving lessons. Now, it is quite unfortunate that the fee for lessons are quite high here in the UK. They're increasing. Most instructors charge as high as 35 to 40 quids, £40 for lessons. So you can imagine having 2 hours or 4 hours in a week. That might not be enough for you. So you need more lessons. Now, if you have your own car, you are allowed to use your own car for lessons. That is to say, the car has to be compliant anyway. It must have an MOT. It must be taxed. You must have a learner's insurance. And you must ensure that someone with the full UK license, full driver's license, must sit with you right there on the car while you drive. You cannot drive alone with your provisional driving license. So someone, your friend or a family member, must sit with you, and you're allowed to practice in your car. So that gives you the leverage to practice with unlimited hours, and you keep building your confidence, your experience as you drive with your vehicle. And besides that, you get familiar with the car functionality. You're able to have that freedom to practice, get more experiences, go to more areas at your own time, provided someone with a license is sitting with you, and you have the opportunity of learning more driving skills, and you get used to that car, so that during your practical test, you're already used to that vehicle, and you have the potential of passing the test with your car. So I will advise that you go get your own car and start using it to practice, because you have more time to practice with your car. That's it. All right. So if I believe this video has been able to give a practical insight of some key areas, rules, while practicing and preparing for your tests. All right. I believe you've got value from this content. If you have, please smash the like button so that others can get to see this video, and YouTube can keep recommending this video to others. If you haven't subscribed, please smash the subscribe button. We want to hear your perspective, your experiences about your driving journey, what you are currently doing in your driving journey, your experiences you had during your test. We want to hear them at the comment section. Please drop them right there. We believe your comments will inspire someone, will guide someone. In fact, if you've got more hacks The 15 hacks listed in this video are not all. If you've got more hacks, small rules for passing the test, please drop them right at the comment section. We want to hear from you. All right. So having said that, I want to say thank you for watching up to this point. I'll see you in the next update. Bye bye for now.